Welcome to the 12-Step Recovery Evolution podcast. Visit recoveryevolution.co.uk for more episodes, helpful resources and links to our social media. Also visit the site for information on how you can attend a future Zoom session or workshop live. Thank you.
Morning everyone, I'm Karen and I'm an addict. So, I haven't done a share for about 2 months. The last share I done was in a tiny little AA meeting. So my head's been like a bit of a revolving door this morning. A couple of thoughts going through it, fear, what am I going to say? And especially once Lester texted me through with a topic, my journey to God. And I was just like, oh my God. As I go through my sort of talk with you, I'll get to why that's so prominent to me now, but I just thank God that I'm sitting here today. My little daughter has just gone down for a nap and I'm sitting in my house today, clean and sober, and I just thank God so much for that. It makes me feel emotional because life was so messed up. It was I was just broken, absolutely broken. I don't believe I came into the world like that. I believe I came in to the world a child of God, you know. But along the way, I messed up and I got myself into that. But at the time, I didn't realise that. So basically, I don't really want to go on too much about using. All I realise is that I picked up from a very early age. From the age of 12, and then I had mass progression, done the whole drug-a-log thing, then ended up in my late 30s using heroin and crack, and then scripted, completely soulless. There was no morning that I got up and thought, God, protect me today and my family and my friends. I never ever thought like that. I was sitting on the edge of my bed saying, God, please, can I die? That is what I was asking God for, and that was the only time I connected with God. Life's very different today, and I have to work really hard at it. It doesn't come to me naturally. I have to work really hard on a daily basis. It's my daily reprieve, but I'm disciplined to it, and there's very rarely a day that I ever drop this stuff out, which keeps me spiritually fit. Thankfully, I landed up in a good treatment centre. Danny was one of the people that was in there with me, who I'd had a little dabbles with. And Sonia was one of the workers there, who was also from Southend. And although I'd been in and out of NA for a couple of years, and I had a great support network in NA, but when I got to the treatment centre, that's when I got smashed about what was actually wrong with me. But I believe this was my first God moment. When I got to the rooms, before I came to treatment centre, them people in the rooms had a light in their eyes. And I had no awareness of God. I'd hear God being talked about in the room. But I believe God was working through this small network of women that carried me until I got to treatment. I think that is my first ever memory of God coming into my life, was being carried by these couple of women and carrying me through, as I say, until I landed in ECR. And I was cool with that, you know. I weren't really seeking then a mass God or something within me, because I was just so shut off from any light. So I got into the treatment centre, and that's where my journey began, really. And got introduced to the big book, got told what was wrong with me, got told that I had this mental condition, which kind of looking back makes sense. Got told that if I use drugs, I set off a physical allergy, which also made sense. And then got told about the phenomenon of craving, and that all made sense to me. I was being given clear-cut direction about what had been going on in my life for 23 years. And I thought, if I don't listen to this book and take these suggestions on, I would be absolutely nuts. So my journey began and I worked through the steps. I admitted I was powerless because all my actions from the past just proved that I had no power. Then I also recognised through doing my step 2 that I'd been completely insane through all my actions, about how I treated people, how I'd mainly treated myself, that daily self-harm, day in, day out, 24 hours a day, the seedy work I was doing to enable me to get my habit. And then I got to my step 3. But by this time, so the people in the rooms, that higher power had gone. Then I got to my step 3. I had to make a decision what I was going to turn my will, my life over to. So then it changed again, and I made a decision to turn it over to Mother Nature, because I saw it as that was a power greater than me. And that higher power served me well for a long time. And I love nature, I love the birds, I love the sea, I love seals, all that sort of stuff, you know, all that stuff makes me internally happy. So then I carried on working through my steps. I work my steps on a daily basis. I continue to do my prayer and have my conscious contact with God on a daily basis through my meditation. So every day I'm trying to enlighten myself to become closer to this higher power. So anyway, when I left treatment, my journey to God changed a little bit, and I decided to start dabbling with church. I wasn't going every single week, but I was going, and then I decided to do the Alpha course. So I left treatment 4 years ago, and throughout this journey, I've constantly been seeking for God, you know, but very unsure, a little bit cringy around it. Oh, can't tell anyone about it, make me feel a bit sick, that's not cool. But I carried on doing it, and so I done my Alpha. I had a little home group at church, but at the same time constantly seeking information within my network about God and stuff like that. So then a year ago, I started doing this Andrew Womack course with the treatment centre. And there's just been a massive shift since starting that. And I can feel a presence in my life. Like, I had a really profound experience happen to me last week. I've just had my partner's daughter stay with me for 2 weeks, helping me with childcare while my childminder's off. And I shared this with someone yesterday. I really struggle with her. She's 17 years old. And I've been doing this Bible study. I've been speaking to the correct people to teach me more about the Bible, because I started this Bible study last week with this 17-year-old. It was the most beautiful week I've ever had with her. And I spoke to someone about it, and I was like, how is this? And they said to me, Karen, you're coming from love. And it absolutely blew my mind. I can't make this possible. Do you know what I mean? Because deep down inside me, I'm a crank. But through connecting with God, how I should be, and bringing God into my life, try to do it all throughout the day, my relationship with this young girl absolutely changed. So then through doing this Bible study, I'd done the Bible study last Wednesday. I might cry here, but Thursday morning I came down, it was 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been oohing and ahhing with giving myself to Christianity. This is only my journey through recovery, with my journey towards God. I came down and everyone had been talking about their profound experiences, like seeing things in the sky and these revelations. And I'm thinking, apart from the direction that God has given me through my gut, I don't really hear anything. God tells me what's right from wrong through my belly, and I listen. So I came down, I looked out my kitchen window, and in the sky, there was this cross. And I was like, oh my God, honestly, I had goosebumps. I felt really like tearful, and it was so profound. So anyway, yesterday I made the decision to hand my will over again, and I asked Lester if today he can do that prayer with me where I hand myself over to Christ. So my journey has been constantly developing, and since I've been doing this Bible study and then connecting with Pauline, who absolutely tears the Bible apart for me, I've just felt a lot of peace, because my struggles are in recovery is worry, because I'm a worrisome person, and low self-esteem. And I want to be rid of these. Do you know what I mean? Every area of my life since being in recovery has changed dramatically. I'm still working now through COVID. I turn up, I'm responsible, I'm a productive member of society. I'm a mummy to a 19-month-old little girl who I'm trying to educate the best way I can and just be there for her with my spirit, not with external stuff. I've got a little puppy who drives me absolutely crazy. I've got a partner. I've got friends who I love and I stay committed to. That's really important, my commitment to my friends, my family. I'm nice to my mum and dad now, where I was never nice to them before. I absolutely hated them. One wanted to wring them around the neck. So since I've been doing this sort of Christian stuff, I have started to feel this peace, and I have started to believe, and I'm not there completely yet. And it's going to take me so long to break this Bible down, because things don't come to me quick. You know, I'm not the brightest spark on the block, but I know that if I put my faith in the people that I've chosen to help me, guide me through this book, then I'm going to be all right. So basically, that has been my journey to God so far. And so far, I have not regretted any of it. I've absolutely loved my journey. I've always known that something has existed. I can feel him in me, but I want to feel him more. And so I'm making this next step commitment with Lester today. And kind of that is where I am with my journey at the moment. And this is all thanks to recovery, really. You know, my life is, I think I've already said this, but I can't remember. My life is so different today. In the morning when I get up, I'm grateful for the life I have today. I know get up in the morning and don't want to be here. I want to get up. I want to get out there. I want to do my best and to help others. I help others continuously through my journey. It's a passion of mine to help others through the big book, commit my time to them, love them, nurture them if they want that recovery. You know, my whole life is about recovery. It's the first thing I do when I get out of bed in the morning. I'm a little bit slack with thanking God at the end of the day because I'm usually so shattered, but I have my flaws, you know. They're the areas that I've got to work on. But I just want to thank the people that are in my network that have supported me to get me to this far. On the 15th of April, I hadn't used crack for 5 years. That is absolutely amazing. Do you know what I mean? I was buzzing, do you know what I mean? From natural life, absolutely buzzing. But yeah, that's it really. I'm going to enjoy today. I'm going to enjoy phoning Lester after this meeting to commit myself to Christ and start being on my new journey with my recovery and the next level to get rid of that worry. But I don't know if I've shared for long enough, but is it all right if I leave it there? I'm not sure.